Lubbock County Commissioners approved a new budget for UMC today. The budget includes a tax rate of 9 cents per dollar per $100 valuation. UMC is the county hospital, and by raising property taxes, the hospital would be able to provide care for those who cannot afford it, which is considered indigent care. UMC is required to treat patients with emergencies regardless of their ability to pay. County Judge Curtis Parrish explains as the cost of indigent care goes up, the county contributes less to those costs, but the budget was finalized today, and it accommodates those changes.
But it is worth pointing out that this money only goes to indigent care. It doesn't go to hospital operations. It doesn't even go to EMS. It only goes to take care of those in our county who can't afford insurance.
UMC records show the cost of this unfunded care has reached more than $100 million, and last year the total value was $103.9 million.